That was Thomas Rhett and Riley Green. That's half of me on 101.1 KRMD. Good morning to you once again. I'm Mason in the morning, broadcasting live on Facebook, on YouTube, and of course on the radio. It's 101.1 KRMD, and it is a big day, huge day, Veterans Day. I want to say once again, happy Veterans Day to all of the vets out there. And our active military and their families, and just pretty much everybody who has anything to do with veterans. Absolutely. Happy Veterans Day. It's also Friday, my favorite day of the week. And it's also the day that the Hall of Fame finally announces who's going in. Not the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, though. That was last week. This one's bigger than that. I mean, this is huge. Huge. This is the National Toy Hall of Fame. Yeah, the National Toy Hall of Fame. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I like it. If you guys can remember, they have the nominees for 2022. They were Bingo, Light Bright, Briar Horses, the board game Settlers of Catan, Masters of the Universe, the Pinata, the Top, the card game Phase 10, Pound Puppies, Racco, and the Spirograph. Those were the nominees for this year's National Toy Hall of Fame. They only let 3 in at a time. There is no exceptions. They don't do 4. They don't do less than that. The best you can do is 3. So it does take some time to really get in there. And in this case, it took, I would say, about 35 years, something like that. Because the ones that got in, at least 2 of them were absolutely my childhood. I'm sure one of them was a big toy way long before I was even born, probably before any of you were born and your grandparents, I'm assuming. That one's the Top. The Top has finally gotten in to the Toy Hall of Fame. I spent a lot of time with the Top. You guys remember that? I don't know why I loved it so much. I thought it was like the coolest thing in the world when I was a little kid. And I guess I still do as an adult. But spinning a top, seeing how long you could get it to go, and it was like a real amazing thing if you could get it to just stay in that one spot and not move. You know, because sometimes it's like whoosh, 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 and flies off the table, something like that. But when you got it to hold just completely still at that one spot and just spin. And then I would get a stopwatch, like a real stopwatch back before we had phones with stopwatches. And I'd sit there and I'd time it and try to beat my best time. I spent so much time. I wasted so much time watching Top spin. But it was to lead to this magnificent day where the Top is getting in to the National Toy Hall of Fame. That's huge. That's huge. So obviously that was my childhood, but that's one of those where I'm actually kind of surprised it wasn't in there already. You know what I mean? Like last year, I don't know if you remember this, the Sandbox basically got in there, which I think it was actually just sand in general. Sand got into the Toy Hall of Fame last year. The Top got in this year, which I'm pretty sure sand goes back further than the Top, which is pretty old to start with. But these other 2 are absolutely from my generation. I grew up in the 80s, the 90s, and these 2 are toys I played with all the time. I actually had an entire huge set of He-Man and Masters of the Universe. Yeah! You guys remember that? He-Man and Masters of the Universe. I'm going to pull this picture up. Once again, we're broadcasting live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can follow along if you want to. Let me make it a little bit bigger so you guys come on. But the National Toy Hall of Fame, Masters of the Universe, right there. And getting into the Toy Hall of Fame, I played so much. I had Castle Grayskull. I had probably all of these guys, except for I had the matched set. These don't match. I don't know if you could tell from the picture. Probably not. It's probably too small of a picture. But that He-Man has that flipping thing on his chest. A scar across. And then if you do it again, it gets 2 scars across. And then 3 scars across, and that's basically dead. You're dead if you get the 3 because it doesn't go to 4, but it flips around. And if you look at Skeletor there, Skeletor does not have that spinning thing. So that's not a match set. No, I had both. They were a match set, but I spent so much time. I had all that stuff. I had the cat. What was his name? What was the cat's name? Somebody text me, 320-KRMD, or put it in the comments. What was the cat's name of Masters in the Universe? Oh, I forget. Well, we'll go back. We'll go back to it if someone texts me. I remember the cat had a name. The one that He-Man rode, it was like green. Ugh. Anyway, the other toy that gets into the National Toy Hall of Fame class of 2022 was the Lite-Brite. Do you guys remember the Lite-Brite? It's actually got a huge resurgence. Lite-Brites have come back. Did you know that? If you look in this picture that I have up on Facebook and YouTube right now, it's because of Stranger Things. Stranger Things has made Lite-Brite popular again. I think I probably had 3 or 4 Lite-Brites growing up. My sisters had them, and we'd make all kinds of stuff, and they'd like put them together and have like more than one, and make designs that would be even bigger. It was like the height of technology back before anything else existed, like toys like I don't know, the iPhone or the iPad or anything electric. So it was so cool that you could put a thing in a black screen, and it made like a light. It was so cool. Battle Cat. Is that really the name? I thought I had a better name than that. Battle Cat. I guess that's it. He-Man's cat. I think that's what it is. I got another text message. I think it's about Veterans Day. Where did you find out about the Hertz discount? Couldn't find anything about it on the website. I can find it. Let me pull it up again. I actually can go to krmd.com. Go to krmd.com. We got a whole bunch of Veterans Day discounts listed right there. You're going to scroll down to the blog section, and it'll say like Shreveport businesses, Hertz rental. You have to ask for it. Tell them you're a veteran. 20% off Hertz Rent-A-Car. 15% off Red Roof Inn. 40% off Adidas.com. That's a good deal. 40%. So yeah, just trying to get your Kringer, Cowan, Kringer. That's it, right? Kringer, the Battle Cat. You found the Hertz website. Okay, good. I'm talking about a lot of different things at once because I have so many people texting in and talking about the Toy Hall of Fame. But Kringer, the Battle Cat. Yes. Kringer. I would have never come up with it. I knew it. I mean, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But no, I did not remember that name at all. I'm glad you guys did. That's why we have you. That's why we have you. But you can check out all the stuff that we are talking about, all those discounts for the veterans on Veterans Day, all of the toys that are going into the National Toy Hall of Fame, like He-Man and the rest of the Masters of the Universe. I loved it when I was a kid. I was He-Man, too, for Halloween. I had a whole thing. I had the hat and like I don't know. I feel like it had a dress. like a skirt or something like that. You know, like a He-Man skirt, like a tough guy skirt. Not a lady's skirt. And, the shield, and I had the sword. I had everything He-Man. I loved it. Toy Hall of Fame, man. I'm excited they put the Masters of the Universe in there. Well, that's all I have to say today. Veterans, happy Veterans Day. Go get some free stuff. Go get some discounts wherever you can get some discounts. If you have a business that you want to let people know you're giving them a discount or doing something like that, giving away some free stuff, text us. We'll let it know. 320-KRMD, 320-5763 is the phone number. And happy Veterans Day once again to all of the veterans out there.
Thank you for your service. Happy Veterans Day. I want to salute all the veterans.
Bye, guys. Wonderful weekend. You got some man gear at home. Put it somewhere safe. Now that